Fixing the ICommand binding issue in a custom content view in .NET MAUI. The problem, ICommand not invoked in custom content view. When creating a custom control in .NET MAUI using ContentView, a common pattern is to expose an ICommand to handle UI interactions like button clicks. However, developers often face the frustrating issue where the bound command never executes, and breakpoints inside the command do not get hit. Consider this scenario. A content view exposes an internal command property that's initialized in the constructor. A button inside the content view binds its command to this internal command using a binding with source equals reference this. The hosting page subscribes to an event that's fired from the command. Despite this setup, clicking the button doesn't invoke the ICommand or trigger the event handler. Root cause. The issue is due to the timing of command initialization relative to initialize component. Initialize component loads the XAML and establishes bindings. If internal command is assigned after initialize component, but lacks change notification, the UI binding still sees it as null or default. Hence, the button's command binding doesn't link to the updated command, so the command never executes. Even attempts to set the button's binding context explicitly may fail if property change notifications are missing. How to fix it? 1. Initialize internal command before initialize component. Move the initialization of the internal command before the call to initialize component in the controls constructor. This way, when initialize component runs and the bindings are set up from XAML, the internal command already has a value, enabling the command binding. 2. Raise property change notification after assignment. If you must assign or update the command after initialize component, you need to notify the binding system that the property changed. Make sure your ContentView class implements iNotify property changed or inherits from a base class that does, normally bindable object. Additional tips. Using a control template can simplify bindings by leveraging template binding, which works differently and is why your command worked in the template example. Always ensure your bindable properties correctly notify the UI to react on changes. Avoid setting bindings using source equals reference this if you can work with a proper binding context or template binding for more maintainable code. Summary. The key to resolving ICommand not invoking in a content view is timing and notification. Initialize bindable command properties before XAML loading. Or, notify property changes immediately after setting commands. This ensures that buttons can bind correctly to commands inside custom controls and your events trigger as expected. By following these modern best practices, your MAUI custom controls will have responsive commands and seamless interaction handling.